Skip Schumaker takes home the award. Skip, congratulations from all of us here at MLB Network. What does this award mean to you personally?
Well, thank you guys, and congrats, Bo. Also, this is a staff award, and I'm just so grateful that Kim hired me and Bruce Sherman hired me early on and took a chance. And I just believe that the staff around me created this culture, and it had really good players that bought in early on, and Soler and Arias and Sandy. And I just feel like all these guys deserve this award. And it's not just me, but I'm super grateful to be next to those two great managers that were up for the award as well.
Skip, obviously your leadership stood out from day one in spring training. And when you think about sitting here tonight and accepting this award, when you show up to spring training next year, to me, this is kind of confirmation of the culture in which you have set down there with the Marlins. What's the next step for you, your ball club, and your coaching staff?
Well, I think we set a new standard in that clubhouse, and I think now it's time to protect the standard. I told that to the guys after we left Philly after losing the series to a really good Philly team, and I just felt like the culture kind of changed, and they knew what winning looked like. Again, credit to my incredible staff, Brent Brown, John Mabry, Barajas, all those guys. I can't do this without them. And again, if when I walk into the clubhouse next year, I don't think anything is different because they know what to expect now. And once you get a taste of that postseason, as you guys know, man, you just want to get back there somehow, any way you can. And I think that's the next step for our organization.
Congratulations, Skip. And, you know, what we do when we're in situations we haven't been in before, we fall back to our experience. But as a first-year manager, you've not had that experience. So I suspect you fell back on some of the managers that you played for along the way. Which of those managers had the biggest impact on you?
Yeah, I mean, everything I know I've learned from somebody, and the majority of that is definitely Tony La Russa. You know, you don't get a chance to pick who you get drafted by. And luckily, I was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals, and I got to learn right away what a winning, sustainable culture looked like. And I grew up as a man and as a player in that organization. And Tony was hard, and nothing was easy. But I always knew where I stood. And I think at the end of the day, players just want to know where they stand. And sometimes those are easy conversations. Sometimes those are tough. But that's what I took away most from Tony, ultra prepared. And I also had some really good guys to learn from as a bench coach. You know, I had Andy Green early on, who was a very bright guy, obviously. Ollie Marmol, Jace Tingler. I mean, I had some really good guys that around me that helped me, you know, put me in this position.
I got to believe there are people around you right now that are just being really quiet. Bring him into the shot, Skip. Bring him into the shot.
Yeah, I got my daughter. She came out of school early. This is Presley. She's like my biggest supporter. And, you know how this game is. You know, they live in California. I'm obviously in Florida during the season, and she would FaceTime me or text me every single morning. And it just kept me going. And, you know, I have a really good core here. My wife is awesome. I have a 16-year-old son, Brody, who's incredible. And, you know, I was told by a really good buddy of mine in a Bible study to bloom where you're planted. And when you're separated from your family for 7 months, that's all I could think about. And I'm just grateful for, you know, my family being alongside me.
Well, and your parents nailed it by calling you Skip. You were destined for this in year one. Skip Schumaker, congratulations on winning the National League Manager of the Year. You deserve it, man.
And thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.